Hey everyone, it's Emily here, and it's 2017! Happy New Year! Yay! So today I am sharing with you my goals for reading in this channel for 2017 because that's what you do in January, at the beginning of January. So here we go. And I have them all written down here in my nifty planner that I got for Christmas. And even though this has nothing really to do with BookTube, I just really like my new planner because I'm a nerd like that. And I have all my goals written here in my planner. So if I had them written in my planner, that obviously means that it will happen, right? Yeah, that's how it works, exactly. So last year I had made a bunch of goals and they turned out really well if I really think about it. I had done my TBR wine glass where I had lists of the names of all the books that I hadn't read yet sitting on my shelves, and each month I would pull out one and I would read one. I also had the channel up to read at least one diverse book a month, and I ended up reading 30 diverse books, which was awesome, and most of the months I had my TBR wine glass fine, and I had set my goal to read, I think, like 70 or 75 books or something, and I ended up reading 124. So I'd say my goals for reading turned out pretty well. But I think for 2017, I'm going to tone things down a little bit. So a couple things that I realized, I feel like, 2016 was overall not really a great year for a lot of people. I think, a lot of us can agree and acknowledge that. But not just, worldwide, nationwide, things like that. I personally didn't have so great of a year. I mean, I did a lot with BookTube and that was awesome. I hung out with a lot of BookTube people and I traveled and I saw Hamilton. And, so there were definitely great things about 2016. But I personally feel like I wasn't great. And I'm a great person. Like, I'm awesome. So I don't want people to think that, this is, a low self-esteem thing. It's more of a, oh, hey, I made a lot of choices where I didn't really experience life the way I should be experiencing them. And I need to change that. And so a lot of that is going to mean including balance in my life, because I think I kind of just dove into reading and BookTube, which has been awesome. And I don't want to say that I don't love reading and BookTube. I do. But I felt like my entire life was about it, and it didn't really leave much room for other things. There's a few things I'm going to be doing which I'm hoping will improve both my reading and BookTube life, then also my in real life, and some of that does intersect because some of you guys are now my in real life friends. So I don't know if any of that makes sense, but hopefully by the end of this video it will make sense. So a big part of my goal is actually to kind of read less. So I made my goal on Goodreads to be 70 books because I love reading. I don't want to cut out reading, but I don't want it to just take over everything I'm doing. And actually in December, I had kind of taken a break from reading. I only read a couple books in December. I read Heartless, and I read 12 Days of Dash and Lily, and I started Nevernight, and those were really the only new books I read. Everything else was either a reread, or the last week or two, I didn't even really read at all. And it was kind of nice to have that month of just being able to relax and not feeling like I have to read a certain thing. And so my goal is to read less, and I'm actually going to cut out TBRs. So, sorry if you guys really like TBR videos. I'm really going to try not to do them this year, because even though I do stick to TBRs pretty well, I don't like having the pressure of feeling like I have to read a certain thing at a certain time. Because reading is fun, and I don't like having that pressure of feeling like I have to do something. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to be reading diversely, and I do have a whole bunch of books that are unread that are sitting on my shelves for way too long, but those are going to be kind of more personal things. I'm not really going to be filming and sharing of saying, oh, this is my diverse book of the month, and this is my sitting on my TBR shelf for too long book. Those are all going to be included in what I'm reading throughout the month, but it's not going to be an official thing. I mean, and then obviously for certain special occasions, at Christmas, I'm probably still going to read Christmassy books. At Halloween, I'm probably still going to read spooky books. And if there's a readathon I'm participating in, I will create a TBR for that readathon, but I'm not going to do a monthly TBR. I I'm going to get back to focusing on my writing. I had kind of hit a couple road bumps at the end of the year with my writing, and I just let it get me down far too much. Like, I didn't complete NaNoWriMo, which I'm still really mad at myself about, because it was the first time in 8 years I hadn't won NaNoWriMo, and so I know that I'm in a writing slump, and I need to get myself out of it, and I need to get it done. And then I really want to focus on relationships this year, and really both my in real life relationships, but also my internet and booktube relationships. I feel like I do have some really solid, strong friendships with a lot of you, but I know I could be part of the community way better. I'm not entirely sure what this is going to look like yet. Either I could see myself going to two extremes where I end up just like following all of the people and having tons and tons of videos and tons of people that I'm following, but I also could see it going the opposite direction where I'm actually following and watching less, but investing myself in those individual channels and bookstagrams and stuff more. Because I know I'm a terrible commenter. If I do comment, it's usually like some like really generic comment of like, hey, I like that book too! Yay, fangirl! And that's great, but if I comment on videos, I really want to be sure that I'm actually like contributing to the conversation. And so some of you might have been noticing that I'm like commenting on like all of your videos a ton lately. And so I really want to be sure that I'm really investing myself in the community and being an active member of the community and not just like throwing things out there. And then I also want to be sure that I'm really honing relationships and focusing on relationships in my real life as well, because I know that I feel like I haven't been a very good friend lately, and so I definitely want to invest myself in that. And so in a way that also could take away from BookTube, I don't know what it's going to look like yet. We'll see how it goes. And also, apparently I'm blogging again. I kind of wrote about some of my personal thoughts about 2016 on my blog, and I'll leave the link down below in the doobly-doo. We'll see how long that lasts. And then I am limiting myself to doing only one video a week, which I started doing by the end of last year, and it was such a big relief. It was awesome. I love making videos and I love creating content, but I've noticed that sometimes if I'm creating too much content, it is stressing myself out, and I don't want to be stressed because this is a hobby. This is something that's really fun. And so I am limiting myself to one video a week. It's going to be somewhere in the middle of the week. I'm hoping like Wednesday or Thursday, but depending on how things go, it might be another time during the week, but usually sometime in the middle of the week, there will be a video here for you. And I'm really going to try and focus and limit myself to that so I don't stress myself out and I'm still having fun creating content. I kind of softly started this at the end of last year just to see how I liked it, but I created a separate Bookstagram account on Instagram. So I now have two. My personal one is E.E. Hornberg, where I'm just sharing, you know, my personal things, and then I created one called Coffee Book Love, and that's going to be more focused on my books, because I kind of feel like some of my in real life friends may or may not really care as much about all of the book pictures, and so I kind of decided that maybe it would be good for me to have a separate one. So those are my two Instagram accounts. I will leave those handles and the doobly-doo and all those things, and so if you're interested in that, check it out. And I'm also going to put a link to it on my Instagram so that way people from Instagram can like go over there. And again, we'll see how that goes. And I think I do want to try and include reading vlogs again. I kind of have stopped them for a while because they were like a pain to edit and I wasn't sure how popular they were, but I've seen a couple other people do book reading vlogs and they've gone over really well. I've heard a couple people say that they really liked my vlogs, and so I'm going to see if I can find a way to integrate them again. So whether it's like just one video for one book and I'm just vlogging my reading of the one book, or if I include that in my wrap-ups at the end of the month, I don't know. We'll see, but that's a thing I want to do. So yeah, those are my reading goals slash life goals slash video goals slash Instagram goals for the year. Yeah, we'll see how all of it goes. All of my links are below. I hope you guys had a happy and safe new year, and happy new year. Here's to new goals and turning over a new leaf, and I will see you all next week. Thanks. Bye.